Everything is going your way and you're going to like that vibe. So Jupiter is giving you protection, blessings, and divine guidance, making you chubby or fat or pregnant too. You're like, bring it on. I'm going to go with that Mars vibe. Don't be afraid of the new. Okay, I love this guy, but he or she is, in jail for murder. None of my friends are going to like them. You know what I mean? Hard work pays off financially in your career and reputation space. Lucky news, happy news, good news. Lunatic astrology. Welcome to the month of March 2026, Cancer, Sun, Moon, and Rising. You are lucky. Why are you lucky? Lord Jupiter exalts you, moves direct at last after being retrograde since early November, and is off to the races with 3 lucky touch points with planets in this month ahead that continually fortify a sense that everything is going your way and you're going to like that vibe. At the same time, we have an eclipse in the month of March. Early on, it's a full moon eclipse in Virgo. It can dramatically make some significant changes in your life connected to travel, siblings, online and social media sphere, projects and works, including writing and publishing storylines. But we're going to dive into each of these stories as we go through this video today, week by week for the month ahead, because astrology is a map of time. And you can use the map of time, even in general bell curve astrology, to navigate your life, to time your best life. So we're looking at helping you navigate this month of 2026, March. And we're also going to talk to you right now about who I am. I'm Lori Lothian. I have a head cold, so bear with me. And this is Western Tropical Zodiac Astrology. I've been an astrologer for years, by the way, since my 20s, casting charts by hand. I'm 63, but I've been doing this professionally with traditional astrology since 2019-18. And I'm here to tell you that astrology is a great tool. If you would like to time your best year of 2026, I do have videos I created for you, 2.5 hours long for each sign. Those videos you can purchase as a part of my yearly fundraiser for equipment, staff, and more in the description box below under this video. But on top of that, you can get your individual or all signs, buy the 12 signs, listen for sun, moon, and rising, or just buy the one sign, your sun sign, your rising. It's down below in the description box. And the other thing I think I might want to tell you about is that I'm teaching an intermediate astrology class for the entire month of May, or mid-April to mid-May. I'll have to set the date for timing tools called Divine Timing Masterclass using astrology. It's for people who have the basics already in place. Don't ever think of joining this class if you don't know the basics yet. It's intermediate level to advanced. But check it out below. You can get on the early bird discount wait list. Well, let's get talking about the sky. I hear you always say, what's the difference between my sun, moon, and rising? Your sun is your eternal nature, your spirit. It's your spark of the divine. So it's like the actor, like Reese Witherspoon. And then she's going to play a role called the girl next door. The role in the movie is not who you are. The actor is who you are. The role is your ascendant. So you're born into a body. You look a certain way. You have a personality, temperament. You're made of earth, fire, water, whatever, sign-wise, and your ascendant. And that happens to be your avatar simulation, game playing character. Your sun is playing the role, and your moon is your feelings and thinkings about your life. However, on a practical note, the sun leans towards career purpose matters, more effective after the age of 44 for a lot of people in terms of delineations. Also, you have the moon representing home and nest, and quite often like things happening to the moon will make major life changes connected to the moon, like your home and home life. And then of course your moon sign, that is, and then your rising sign is your simulation avatar, and it's sensitive to change. And try all 3 over time. You get to see what works best for you. Most people resonate with sun sign and ascendant most often, moon not so much, unless you have an eclipse to your moon, and then bang, you're going to probably move. That will be the Virgos, which we get to you guys. We're only on Cancer. I'm going to show you the sky so you can get the lay of the land. But my opening statement was, lucky, you are so damn lucky. But the second thing I didn't say to you is that you're going to experience a orientation in the month of March towards finally figuring out the meaning of life, your career, your purpose, what it is you're here to do. And you're also going to end up focusing in the second half of the month a lot on your career, really wanting to amplify what a positive direction in career means for you. And with Lord Jupiter going into direct motion on March the 11th, things that have been sort of not necessarily stalled, but kind of like maybe deepening or going into a deeper bounty for your luck. Cancer Sun in your career, Cancer Moon in your home life, Cancer Rising in your identity. Exalted Jupiter has been with you since last summer. He was retrograde since November 11th. He's here till June 30th. You are in a once every 12-year luck cycle. And so Jupiter is giving you protection, blessings, and divine guidance, making you chubby or fat or pregnant too. But all said and done, Jupiter is your guy. And it is a great month for 3 passes, and you're going to feel very fortunate thanks to those 3 planetary trines to Jupiter. It's a good month to be a Cancer Sun, Moon, or Rising. Let's go through this guy bit by bit so you can navigate this year's March of 26 with some ease. Don't ask. I laughed at myself. I came back from Mexico on a full WestJet flight, jam-packed, 2 days ago. And now I've got an airplane cold. So hang in there with me. But no vacation is, every vacation I take, I either get sick on the airplane or on the way back. Or both, which I think I did this time. All righty, March the 2nd. I've got us queued. Let's go in chronological order, week by week. Settle in with a piece of paper or a notepad, maybe a cup of coffee or something like that. Record this on your phone so you don't have to listen to the ads next time. All righty. March the 1st, we see Mars ingressing right here, or 2nd, I should say, into the sign of Pisces, where he will be until April the 9th. Now, Mars here is about action and decisions in your 9th house of God. Well, the house of God is a lot of things. It's a house of international travel, foreign travel. Mars likes an adventure. This will actually try to push you to travel, although with Mars not visible until March the 7th, likely not March the 17th. International travel could call you from March 17th to April the 9th. But Mars up here is also like, let's cut and sever and decide. And on anything to do with a sense of wanting to go to university, college, to learn, to win and battle, to succeed in a court battle or case, or to travel internationally. And these are themes that are going to be super highlighted during his several week stay here through to the 9th of April. So we start off the month with the first change of feeling is that Mars is up there. And you'll see Mars is trining you. Mars is trining Jupiter. You admire the energy coming at you. You're like, bring it on. I'm going to go with that Mars vibe. You're going to be more frolicky, fun, and passionate and successful because of this. It is not something to worry about. If you're a creative artist or entrepreneur, if you want to publish books or write or whatever, this is a great placement for Mars. So, and it's great for even getting a book publishing deal or an agent. So Mars is going to favor you because he's the Lord of your 5th house. It's got a little bit of a window of time, March 2nd to the 4th, where you could fall in love with an international person from a distant shore and land, and or your children may be having children and telling you that you're going to be a grandparent. That's the 2nd of March to the 6th. Now, on March the 3rd, we have the eclipse, a total lunar eclipse at 12 degrees of Virgo in a sextile to Lord Jupiter, making it quite positive. Virgo is for you your 3rd house of siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, travel, short distance, and skills-based learning or teaching and writing, especially in Virgo, and social media and marketing and selling. All the 3rd house is a junk drawer here, but it's got a lot of meanings. Technically, it's also specifically a sibling one younger. Now, the South Node with a sibling one younger and the moon could specifically indicate there's a challenge in the life of a sibling one younger. All right, that's it. A challenge in the life of a sibling one younger that this eclipse will bring to your awareness March 3rd, most likely in the 3 months that follows. That could be self-evident and you'll know what the heck I'm talking about. But you are with Jupiter and you bless that sibling. And therefore, there's a sense that you could be supporting a sibling through a trial or tribulation if they are younger. specifically one younger. And as well, Mercury, the lord of the sibling one younger, is in the house of international long distance travel or foreign lands and shores. So if you have a sibling in a foreign land, or you need to travel to see a sibling, all of that says yes. In the 3 months that follow, maybe a sibling has a health challenge, maybe a sibling has a life challenge of some sort, and you are there to support that sibling. If you are going to do a move, and sometimes the South Node in the third house means a move of a city or a neighborhood, changing where you live, this will open up the doorway for that change. We've had eclipses here before, 2006, 2007, 2008, like the end of 2006 to or halfway through 2008, you felt this eclipse energy playing out. And did you change your home, for example? And you can go back in time another 18 years back, right? My brain won't do that for you today, 96, 97 or something. But, just as you've done the eclipses here before, important is to consider if you're going to change your home or going to move or you're thinking of it, you've already been being jabbed in this house, right? Jab, jab, jab. Or you want to move or you don't want to move, because you've had eclipses here in spring, March of 2025, another eclipses here in the fall, September of 2025. And here's the last eclipse now in March of 26. So there's a continuing thing to do with siblings, neighbors, neighborhood, home and cities and neighborhoods, writing, communicating, social media, work, life, the house of your local environment. And there's a desire to release, surrender, and let go, South Node, some kind of element of that part of your life. So if a move is something you've been thinking of doing, and many of you won't be thinking of doing it, you may proceed as needed over the course of 6 months after the March 3rd eclipse for a destined, prosperous, and lucky relocation opportunity. By the same vein, this reverbs through the writing, publishing, and traveling and learning houses. Writing, publishing, traveling, and learning, destined directions and changes are happening. Travel connected to siblings is highlighted here. And if you do, the travel has an element of fate and destiny. If you are single looking for a love relationship, this eclipse can invite a new love story because you're traveling, because you're learning, or because someone is foreign and from a different country and land than the one you were born with. And with Juno baked into your 7th house, any new love stories, Venus sextiles Juno on the eclipse, will end up leading to a lasting long-term love full of passion and ardor. That's Mars's contribution of the 5th house Lord. So singletons looking for love, look no further than this eclipse. But having Venus ruling your 4th house and opposite the eclipse could also indicate a change of home to a distant shore or far off land. So there's a lot going on for a lot of you on this eclipse. We'll be covering it in more depth in a separate video. So please like and subscribe and join me for more in-depth coverage about this. It's going to be a big deal for most people. When we move past the eclipse that's happening on March the 3rd, and we come into the 4th and 5th, we see Venus sextiling the planet Uranus. Uranus is unexpected surprises and Venus is love and money. Now, again, single Cancers looking for a relationship, unexpected and fun and surprising love. This could come through colleagues, coworkers, and work environments, long distance travel, higher educational setting. This could also be a money perk for you. You could have an unexpected surge of financial gain that feels like a bit of a windfall, but it would be connected to certain types of situations like publishing, legal and court matters, and succeeding in a court win case. Financially, it could look like a surge of financial excitement. This is a positive money surprise here, connected to a sibling one older than you, and you're benefiting from their surge of financial surprise money. And you could also benefit from some kind of windfall, like Mars is activating good fortune and Venus is exalted and she rules the house of windfalls. So you feel like you get a mini financial windfall is what I'm trying to say for some reason, some way around March the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. On March the 4th and 5th, specifically, the sun opens up the first of 3 lucky strikes coming your way. Sun trine Jupiter. Sun illuminating and lighting up the house of purpose and meaning. Trining Jupiter in your house, protecting your body, mind, and your career and your home. Depends if you're sun, moon, or rising. And look at this gorgeous trine. Now, this is a house of grandchildren. This can be an illumination. Mars is ruling your children that you may become a grandparent. It might be a surprise, but you might enjoy the surprise. You're happy for your child. You want to be a grandparent. Or there could also be, with this solar illumination and Mercury nearby, a light shining up in the house of publications or higher education, acceptance at your favorite academic setting, getting a book publishing contract or deal, finding your book going in the sun in the house of its joy to the top of the bestseller list. Destined fated worldly success in these industries looks good on you at this time. Now, when we go to March the 7th, Mercury will come into a deep connection called a cazimi with the sun. He will be perfectly in the in the sun's heart. Okay, so watch what happens when Mercury and the sun join together on March the 7th. Well, you can try if I can move us forward. Huh? Nope. Well, we will move forward one day at a time. On March the 7th at 16 degrees, Sun and Mercury co-join in a cazimi. It's a very fortunate energy. It's a good day to submit a book proposal, a publishing contract signing. It's a good day to post something on Substack, produce a podcast. It's a good day to apply for a university, to get your final closing statements in a court case done by Mars, your lawyer, for destined success. But it's also news that can come to you that was hidden from view until now, information. It connects to a sibling too older. It connects to allies, advisors, mentors, or human resource departments. And here comes a bit of good news. News from a foreigner or in a foreign place. Mercury is information, and the sun is revealing what is now available for you to know, understand, or hear. Often phone calls, text messages, and emails on March the 7th in this regard are going to be highly positive, also forming a flow to the 5th house of children and romantic love and entrepreneurship. You'll notice that Venus, though, as we look at March 7th, has moved as of March 6th into Aries, where she's going to be until the 30th of March. So from the 6th to the 30th, Venus will be in a place of her detriment. Every year she's here with Saturn in his fall, and it's your career house where you have a chironic wound. Neptune is that confusion and uncertainty, perhaps, but you want to build a dream. You want to imagine it, you want to vision it, and you want to make it real. That's Saturn, Neptune. You're going to do that for the next 3 years, 2.5. And Venus is getting into the fray. It could feel like something wants to change in your career space. And if you're going to make that change, it may be also connected to a change in your home space. And it could be someone leaves the home, someone moves into the home, you declare a space in the home for you, a room of your own, a room with a view, I don't know. But there can be changes in career and home, and they're interconnected here. And that's true from the 6th of the month through to the 30th. And easily I could see someone moving out of the home, or you moving into a new home, or some changes within the home that fortify some changes in the career space as well. Back to the cazimi, I have a webinar I'll be teaching sometime before this. Please sign up in the description box below. I'll set the date after I record these videos. We'll dive into a meditation. We'll look at the Sabian symbol. And we'll figure out how to harness this energy proactively. It's quite magical. And when you know the 6-hour window of the great potency, you can use it. So come to my webinar. All right, let's keep on keeping on with the next story. On the 8th to the 14th, or the second week of the month, we'll notice that Venus will co-join Saturn. First, she was with Neptune. That's very much a confusion sometimes about what it is you're wanting to dream into being in your reputation and career space. And Saturn ruling your marriage space, there could be something like a marriage proposal that you're not sure is real, or a feeling that you're not sure about the relationship and how it looks on you socially. You know what I mean? Like, okay, I love this guy, but he or she is, in jail for murder. None of my friends are going to like them. You know what I mean? So you might find yourself having some conundrums about your public relationship status in the eyes of the world and confused about how to approach it. And then Venus is going to conjunct Saturn. Love is hard, but money is hard. Career is hard. Hardship, but also endurance, stability, and trying to push through like a marathoner. Sometimes Venus, who loves her pleasure, especially nesting in the home, might feel overworked when she's busting her butt and being a go-getter in your 10th house. And Saturn is saying, we need to slow down, put the brakes on. You're working too hard. And this is an interesting thing because if you work in any capacity with a sibling one older, like my sister does, Venus rules that 11th house, and you might be getting ready to maybe pull back or work in a different mode or shut down a bit in the workspace, or maybe just take a break. Who knows? Maybe take a vacation from a work obligation. But there's a bit of intensity of hardship up here when these two come together. And it can also influence significant long-term love relationships and how well you guys are doing in the home. So there could be hardship in love connected to a long-term marriage partnership and your reputation as well. I think also Venus up here being the ruler of your 11th house of great gains, by being stoic and realistic and brave and bold, you can make some changes in your career that in the long run are going to support better outcomes financially for you by making those changes here, whatever they are. Venus doesn't really decide. She asks you what you desire, what you really want. And right here, you're looking deeply into it from a place of sage-like elderly wisdom. What do I really want in my career anyway? Is this enough? Those kinds of questions might be really on the radar for you. Again, I'm talking about March 8th, 9th, and 10th or so. Then on March 8th and 9th in particular, the second lucky break comes as Mercury trines Jupiter. Again, we already saw Sun trine Jupiter on the 4th, 5th. Now Mercury trines Jupiter. Lucky news, happy news, good news. Children, grandchildren, romance in foreign lands, maybe. Look, happy news, good news connected to fertility for you or your children. Maybe the moon is fertility energy in the 5th. You're divinely protected by Jupiter, so none of this is difficult for you. But while there's happy news that you enjoy, one of your children might find it to be rather difficult, and you're not too worried about things. Whatever this information or news is coming, good news is the story of the day. Emails, phone calls, text messages, foreign lands, foreign shores, and foreign places. Lucky opportunity for long distance travel to some place connected to siblings, for example, would be on the opportunity list March the 8th. Book publishing deal, agent, those are also on the list. Writing deals, yes. A worldly success from a Substack article that goes viral, absolutely. On March the 9th and 10th, Venus sextiles Pluto, also known as a bit of a soft touch wealth yoga or union. The two of them are in a collaborative stance toward each other. It's chunky money, unearned income, and it's career space. It could also in this chart look like spousal support settlements that favor you in a divorce, or a chunk of money coming through something through your career, a severance package, sign-on bonus, commission check, reward bonus money. And you're looking, it looks good on you. You like the vibe. Jupiter amplifies how you feel about it, which is joyously excited. Again, March 9th and 10th. On March 14th to the 20th, so we're into the third week of the month, we have a lot going on. We certainly do have a new moon in Pisces, which we'll be addressing, as well as some positive planetary alignments. So we'll start with the beginning of March the 15th, when Mercury and Mars will join together. Normally, this could be difficult conversations and hard news, but with the flow from Lord Jupiter, it may not be that at all. You might feel really good about this, actually. This can be some kind of information that requires decisions and actions connected to 9th house. The lawyer calls you, you won the court case. You get an opportunity to decide and move towards a journey, foreign lands, pilgrimage, acceptance letters, and decisions to accept the university that wants you. Do you want them? College campus, ivory tower. Bold actions need to be taken based on information that you're getting that favors you and makes you feel lucky. Mercury rules writing, communicating, marketing, and selling, maybe about those types of things. May also involve opportunities for ashrams, long distance travel, and places of spiritual retreat or recovery, including health retreats as well, and bold opportunities that come through and you can take action on them and feel good about it. Otherwise, you could have a difficult conversation with some 9th house person, a sibling, too older than you, a father figure, it could also be a sibling 4 years, 4 younger than you, and a difficult conversation, but it all washes out positively with the trine from Jupiter. In the end, it all goes very well. So there is something good trying to happen here for sure. And then on March 17th to the 19th, the sun will sextile Uranus, just like we saw with Venus back on the 3rd to the 5th. From the 17th to the 19th, the sun, still in Pisces, will flow to the surprises of Uranus and on a wealth star called Algol. Sudden financial surprises connected to friends, allies, benefactors, career gains, and a sibling one older, connected to book publishing, court cases, legal matters, foreign land, and travel. Just like I said with Venus, but now the sun is brightening it up. The sun is a ruler of money you could put in your wallet, pocketbook, and savings account. So this is the money that comes and goes. This is money that you can hold on to and put into your savings account. It looks financially successful for sure. And whatever this is that the sun is trying to do, sun trine Jupiter, like this can only happen once every 12 years. And so you might well take it to the bank. It looks positive on the money side of your life. And it could feel like a windfall a bit, or a lucky good fortune financially. And on March the 18th, we have a beautiful mini trine forming on a new moon in the sign of Pisces at 28 degrees of Pisces. 28 Pisces. Let's move ourselves towards the moon at 28 Pisces. Close enough. This will happen on the 18th, a fresh beginning and start in the house of significance and higher purpose, flowing to Jupiter, the good guy. Jupiter headed direct on March the 11th. He's now moving forward. He's in a place in the sky that reminds you of your life in August. What was happening in the month of August? It made you feel joyful, buoyant, excited for life, hopeful and optimistic. That energy's back again. Jupiter is, he's in mid-August, he went into a shadow phase. Now you're going back to that mid-August. And now you're recapturing something that you had to deepen November 11th onward, to do with you being either pregnant, faith, hope, and optimism, and lucky, leaderful, and full of knowledge and wisdom. Sometimes just when Jupiter passes through our ascendant, you could become known as a teacher or a guru, or your sun, your career is succeeding on the top of the Olympian mountain, or your moon, your home life has become abundant and full of children for you Cancer moons. And so Jupiter here now flows to the new beginning, new moon in your 9th house. Now, anytime we see a new moon and a new beginning and the ruler flows to it, it's a really, really powerful and positive fresh start. It's quite possible with a new moon here, and it is got the worldly success amplitude of Mercury and the North Node. If you are at all in the fields of travel, promotion, publishing, law, legal matters, academics and teaching, and book publishing, I didn't say that, this favors you over the 6 months that follows this new moon. Although within 2 weeks after the new moon, you should see something good showing up to give you a clue about how auspicious the moon is. The mini trine here is also doubling down on a legal contract or commitment connected to 9th house stories that I've outlined already, and positive flashpoints of success and surprise in a house we call windfalls and pennies from heaven, but also just gains in your career. So a flashpoint of positivity around March the 18th, add 2 weeks off this new moon for career success, publishing, travel success, elder sibling one above you positivity, connections to siblings in general. Juno here could be a marriage proposal if you are traditional, right? Venus is on Saturn in the wedding house. This is churches and synagogues. And so if you're looking for like someone to say, let's get married and tie the knot, and you believe in a church wedding kind of thing, you could be getting some offer here. If you're single and looking for a love story, this isn't quite necessarily that. Okay. But with a Jupiter Venus square, which is co-attending the moon, you could find yourself having a sudden or beautiful, not sudden, just a good career blessing opportunity that feels lucky to you, that could also help you have some expansion or growth or change in your home. And that can just be like a room becomes available, someone moves out, you want to repurpose it for yourself, for your work, like an office, or you could end up with a opportunity to purchase a home near to you, like your neighbor's selling the home and you have enough money to buy it. That's the South Node story in the Virgo. So there's something to do with home as well, and maybe career, all blended together off this new moon of March the 18th. And it will unfold for you over the course of 2 weeks to give you the basic Cliff's Notes, Cole's Notes, and up to 6 months to fulfill the entire story. Usually, though, within a month of any lunation, we see what the story is really about. And it's destined change because of the North Node. Now, on the lucky break here, Venus squares Jupiter, and it's in the workspace, and the hardship of Venus is behind her. There may be an opportunity connected to career coming from a friend, ally, benefactor, or sibling one older. You could say golden lucky career opportunity, but it requires you to break into frontier land and new territory, maybe doing something you haven't quite done before. Don't be afraid of the new. The pioneering, frontiering Venus is willing to go into new territories boldly in a way she's not done before. Could be a raise or a promotion or an advancement in work as well. March 21st to the 30th, or the last 10 days or so of the month, Mars, first of all, beginning on the 21st, so 20th, 21st, 22nd, will trine Jupiter, just like we saw the Sun do in March 4th, 5th, like we saw Venus do a little bit later. Not Venus. Mercury do on March 8th, 9th, and now it is time for the for Mars at 13 degrees of the sign of Pisces to flow to Jupiter. And we just call that energy Mars, action and decisions, passion and directionality. Mars is now past the 17th of March, so he's visible in the sky, visible changes of life direction connected to lucky opportunities and golden breaks of some kind, lucky breaks. Mars likes to travel and adventure when he's in the ninth house. I watched this for clients for years. And when he's in the ninth house, he's hi ho, it's off to adventure we go, pilgrimages, foreign lands, distant shores, near water. It's Pisces, solar energy lights up the sky, Mercury retrograde. You've been there before. It's not new to you, but it won't be domestic travel. And so travel opportunities are either opening up or being taken, okay, around March the 19th. You're going to plan the trip. Maybe you're going to begin to take the trip. I'm not sure. You might feel like it's quite lovely, like, yeah, I can't wait to travel, because you got Mars up here till April the 9th. So travel started as an opportunity March 2nd to April the 9th. So it could be you gallivanting about on international destinations for whatever reason. And decisions and actions to really take that are leading to worldly success connected to publishing, book publishing, court, legal matters, and long distance travel. And we move into the 21st to the 26th, as the sun on the 20th moves into Aries for the astrological new year and will be in Aries for 1 month. Now we have an Aries stellium, like I said in the intro, dominating your career focus. You're going to focus on career. March 20th to the 3rd week of April. Sun is lighting you up at the top of the sky. We start off with some uncertainty or confusion as Neptune and Sun co-join on March 21st, and it's lighting up where the fog has been. And just like Sun can dispel the fog on the ground, this is going to bring clarity around where you experience professional uncertainty. Then the Sun continues forward and moves into Saturn, and will be on a conjunction to Saturn by the 24th. Well, Sun and Saturn together can be an authority figure. It can be a boss. It can be the CEO or the president of the company. Now, this sense of that isn't to be worried about it, but suddenly there's a dominating who's in charge energy. Somebody is galvanizing authority in the top of your sky. It could be you. You could be raised, promoted to a new level of responsibility, leadership within a corporate or company setting, if that's a part of your gig. And Venus is trying to help heal chironic wounds around career and purpose, as you might be elevated to a higher position. And in a sextile to Pluto, it means more money for you. Okay. And that might come as a sign-on bonus or a chunk of money or a payout of money all at once. So that's a nice vibe for you. You're going to feel that building on the 21st to the 26th of the month. On the 20th to the 31st, or the rest 10 days at the end of the month, Saturn will sustain this sextile to Pluto. And that means hard work pays off financially in your career and reputation space. And there's a chance that somebody may pass in your life. This could be an elder, father figure, or grandmother figure, even connected to your family of origin. And this is like the funeral, or this, everyone hears that the person is Saturn, Lord Grim Reaping. And because Saturn rules your marriage house, for some of you, it could be announcing that the marriage is over. We're getting a divorce. I'm not going to make you worry too much, but because you see, we have Juno and Venus squaring each other, and also Chiron. And Juno's only here every 4 years. She was here, but in Capricorn, in your marriage house, she got here if you're married, right? It only counts if you're married. She got here on the 29th of December and leaves on the 29th of March. And all the square energy means fracture or tension in a committed long-term love story. And it may be the announcement that the marriage is going to end, and all the world now knows that you're on the outs with your partner as another option. And that's what I see with that. And don't forget, because Jupiter goes direct on March the 11th, that's when you're really feeling more of the faith, the hope, the optimism, the magnitude of what is true and positive in your life. And you can begin between that March 11th and when we move all the way to the end of June 30th, to make some choices in your life that are going to land you not only on your feet, but in lucky locations. Because I see some of you are moving or adding an extra home or changing your home probably in some way. And between now and the end of June, whether you're adding a new home to your existing home, or you're expanding your home, or new children are coming into the home because you're going to be a grandparent, whatever this is, or you are getting pregnant, you're going to feel good about things in a way you haven't been feeling quite yet. Yes, Jupiter goes direct and does square Saturn, but not really. Saturn here is behind Jupiter. Jupiter is ahead of Saturn. Whereas in the summer last year, when this transit began, you were probably feeling in June, July, and August, why I don't feel so lucky at all. And that's because Saturn and Jupiter, especially in June, and July, we're in a nice tight square kind of thing. In my description box below, you'll find everything you need to know about my Substack weekly column on world astrology. It's free, right to your inbox. And you might also want to join me in Patreon, where I have classes I teach and different tier levels of what you get from being in my community. I have a members join button here on YouTube as well with certain perks. So consider finding me in other platforms. I'm now signing off. Head Cold City. I've been recording for 4 hours. I am toast. Ciao, guys. I'll see you in my next videos. Take care and good luck in March of 26. Lunatic astrology.